Hi everybody, it's Rob. This is not a very important video, and I'm probably going to be more chatty than not, so you don't really need to watch it. It's not important. It does depend on what page you're on. So let me explain what the video is about. I wrote an article, a course on how to write articles back in 2014. In fact, let me show you something. Give me a sec. I'm going to pause this and open something. So I'm going to track down this image. This is on the actual download website where I used to sell it. I don't know if it was for free or for sale or whatever back then. I have no clue. I know that at the time I had people that were writing articles for me, and so I thought far easier to create a course for them so that they're more comfortable with how writing for me works. I see very tiny that says 2014, which is exactly true. So back in 2014, where are we now? In here, I did the course, as I say, it's for sale for free. I don't remember. But anyway, I did the four videos, and now I want to add it to the Fibromyalgia Club site in the training. And I thought, before I do it, let me see what I was saying back then. And so I've put the videos up as they were, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an introduction one that's 20 minutes. It kind of covers a lot of it. There's a 6-minute one on how to write, planning your content. It's kind of, this for me is really a case of write it as it comes into your head, use headlines. In my content creation training, I cover a lot of this again anyway, but it's just nice that this was done back then. I was totally amused, laughing like a hyena at this one, because this was silo structure in my early days. I even called it silo structure, so I got it. But I was creating these silos by hand. Wow. Anyway, so I've got over the laughing and the chuckling. You can't lose anything by watching these. Let's just go there. So if you've got the time and you are kind of feel like you need to be sort of more secure in everything that I know or say. In fact, the biggest change from back then, other than me calling things like super pages, is a word I used to use for a page that was like 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 words long. And I still recommend you do those. You'll see it in the keyword and the content training. For your core pages, for very competitive keywords, you're going to need to do that, and you're going to need to make that page all powerful. And I now call them authority pages or core pages. Back then I called them a super page, which is fine. It was when the concept of a 6,000 word page was, or 4,000 word page was kicking in. Up until then, before that, from 5-10 years ago, before that, people were happy with 500 word articles and keyword stuffing and other stuff that didn't work. And it's got to where these days is even more important to know about things like well, anyway, keyword related and more relaxed writing. Instead of me confusing you with keyword related, is it synonyms? But instead of worrying about that, the trick is to pick the title you're going to write about. You can see the titles in the list here that I'm talking about, and then simply just write it out of your head like it's exactly what you know what you're doing. Anyway, so I'm saying watch this by all means. It's not the definitive course on article writing and tips, so if you really feel like you need it, it's only a bonus on top of the content creation stuff, and it's only because it existed in the first place. Okay, cool, done. Let me get out of here. Take care. Cheers.